Good morning, 8th grade. Happy Monday. I hope you guys are doing well. Welcome to remote learning. There are some good things about remote learning, and there are some obvious challenges. One of the best parts about remote learning is you get to hear my voice, but you don't have to see my ugly face. So there you go. Just think about it that way. Lots of benefits. Um, Obviously, there are challenges, my friends. So stay positive. This is new for you guys. It's new for your teachers. Do your best. That's all we ask. Let us know if we can help you in any way. And look at this as a great opportunity. You guys are going to leave this, you're going to exit this remote learning, and you're going to be a little bit better at using technology. You're going to be a little bit better at typing. Right, so just keep positive. There are lots of good things that can come out of this as well. All right, so your word of the day is nocturnal. I encourage you guys to do this on a piece of paper or in your notebook and save that paper. Okay, so that way we're being good stewards. Go ahead and hit pause and figure out the part of speech and definition. Okay, here we have a turtle that is nocturnal. What part of speech is a turtle? A turtle is a thing, so it's a noun. What kind of turtle? A nocturnal turtle. So nocturnal is describing the noun, which makes it an adjective. Let's look at this third sentence because it totally gives it away. Diurnal, which means of or occurring during the day, is the opposite of nocturnal. Okay, so diurnal is an antonym. Diurnal means occurring during the day, so nocturnal is occurring during the night, obviously. So that one's pretty easy. Okay, today you're going to want your Romeo and Juliet handout. If you don't have that, you could just use a blank piece of paper. That's fine. Pen or a pencil, and your book is not needed. All of the words of the play I will have in the PowerPoint, okay? So you can read along with me that way, but you can have your book if you want. You might want headphones. That way you're not annoying people in your house. I recommend going somewhere quiet so that you can stay focused, but leave that up to you, okay? Okay, first thing we're going to do is I'm going to be Friar Lawrence and you're going to be Paris, okay? And I'm going to read Friar Lawrence's lines, and then I'm going to wait as you read Paris's lines. So I'm going to leave a little pause there. Now, if I go too quickly, go ahead and pause me, all right? I'm going to try to time it correctly. Now, my friends, please do read out loud. This is going to help you to become a better reader and a much better speaker. We're trying to get better at speaking fluently, okay? So our goal for this little chunk is to figure out what is Friar Lawrence's subtext. What's his subtext? Remember, a submarine is underwater. What's under the text that somebody says? It's their emotion. It is their thoughts. So what's going on in Friar Lawrence, like the back of his mind, as he says, as he's talking to Paris? I encourage you to have a little French accent for Mr. Paris, okay? Because it's kind of fun, all right? On Thursday, sir, the time is very short. You say you do not know the lady's mind? Oh, uneven is the course. I like it not. I would I knew not why it should be slowed. Ah, look, sir, here comes the lady told myself. Okay, let's review. On Thursday, the time is very short. What's happening on Thursday? Paris is marrying Juliet. What's the problem there? Clearly, Friar Lawrence already married Juliet. So he says, oh, the time is very short. He says, you do not know the lady's mind. Uneven is the course, I like it not. He says he doesn't like this marriage because Paris doesn't know the lady's mind. He doesn't know Juliet's mind. What might that mean? He doesn't know Juliet's thoughts, how she feels. Is that really why Friar Lawrence doesn't like this marriage? Is it? I think he's lying, which is problematic. Let's move on. So now I'm going to be Paris and Friar Lawrence, and you are going to be Juliet. Okay? Now imagine Juliet, she's coming to Friar Lawrence for some advice. She has no idea what to do, right? She just found out she's got to marry Paris. She's already married. When you're reading these lines, try to get into character. You walk into church, and who do you see? The person you don't want to see. It's Paris. Like, think about how you might deliver these lines, okay? Your purpose, your goal, is to try to answer this first question in our handout. We're looking for Juliet saying one thing, but she means something else, okay? So she's going to say something to Paris, but mean something totally different. You can find several of these, okay? So if you find more than one, you can get a bonus point. What I do need you to do on the handout is write the quote the right way and explain what Juliet actually means when she says that, okay? All right, so you're Juliet. Oh, happily met, my lady and my wife. Oh, that maybe must be love on Thursday next. Oh, that's a certain text. Oh, come you to make confession to this father? Oh, do not deny to him that you love me. Oh, so will ye, I am sure that you love me. Oh, poor soul, thy face is much abused with tears. Oh, thou wrongst it more than tears without report. Oh, thy face is mine, and thou hast slandered it. My leisure serves me, pensive daughter, now. My lord, we must entreat the time alone. Oh, God, if I should disturb devotion. Juliet, on Thursday early will I rouse ye. Till then, adieu, and keep this holy kiss. Mwah! Exeunt. Okay, so again, the goal here is to find Juliet saying one thing, but meaning something different. Okay, I'm going to point you in the right direction. Paris says, do not deny to him that you love me. Who might him be? Do not deny to him. Who's the only other person there? Friar Lawrence. Do not deny to Friar Lawrence that you love me. Juliet says, I will confess to you that I love him. Huh, did she just confess to loving Paris? I hope not, because that would be weird. So go ahead and hit pause if you need some more time to answer that question. I'm going to keep going on to make sure the video is not too long, okay? So go ahead and hit pause and keep working. Okay, so now I'm going to be Friar Lawrence, and you're going to continue to be Juliet, okay? Paris leaves, and now really let those emotions fly. Okay, you've been holding back these emotions. At the very end of Act 3, Scene 5, after Juliet finds out that if she doesn't marry Paris, her father will kick her out of the house, after she's abandoned by her mother, talk not to me, for I am done with thee, after she's abandoned by the nurse, who says, I think you're better in this second match with Paris, she feels totally abandoned. She says, I'm going to go to Friar Lawrence to hear of a remedy. Okay, so think about how you might deliver these lines. You're coming to Friar Lawrence. How are you feeling? How would you deliver these lines? Your goal is to try to describe Juliet's mental and emotional state. This is the second question on the handout, okay? It might help if you think about what does Juliet actually threaten to do. Okay, what does she threaten? All right, so read this emotionally, and we're going to try to answer question number 2. One thing I want to point out, if I go too quick, feel free to hit pause, okay? I'm going to try to time it right. Juliet, you're up. Go! Ah, Juliet, I already know thy grief. It strains me past the compass of my wits. I hear thou must, and nothing may prorogue it, on Thursday next be married to this county. Pause if you need more time. Hold, daughter, I do spy a kind of hope, which craves as desperate an execution, as that is desperate which we would prevent. If, rather than to marry County Paris, thou hast the strength of will to slay thyself, then it is likely thou wilt undertake a thing like death to chide away this shame, that copest with death himself to scape from it. And if thou darest, I'll give thee remedy. Pause if you need more time. Hold then, go home. Be merry, give consent to marry Paris. Wednesday is tomorrow, tomorrow night. Look that thou lie alone. Let not thy nurse lie with thee in thy chamber. Take thou this vial, being then in bed, and this distilled liquor drink thou off, when presently through all thy veins shall run a cold and drowsy humor, for no pulse shall keep his native progress, but surcease no warmth, no breath shall testify thou livest. The roses in thy lips and cheeks it shall fade to paly ashes. Thy eyes' windows, they'll fall, like death, when he shuts up the day of life. Each part, deprived of supple government, shall stiff and stark and cold appear like death. And in this borrowed likeness of shrunk death, thou shalt continue 42 hours, and then awake as from a pleasant sleep. Now, when the bridegroom in the morning comes to rise thee from thy bed, there art thou dead. Then, as the manner of our country is, in thy best robes uncovered on their bier, thou shalt be borne to that same ancient vault, where all the kindred of the Capulets lie. In the meantime, against thou shalt awake, shall Romeo by my letters know our drift, and hither shall he come, and he and I will watch thy waking, and that very night shall Romeo bear thee hence to Mantua, and this shall free thee from this present shame. But if no inconstant toy nor womanish fear abate thy valor in the acting it, hold, get you gone, be strong and prosperous in this resolve. I'll send a friar with speed to Mantua, with my letters to thy lord. Excellent. Great job. In the comments, please let me know if I read a little too quickly. Okay, that's very useful feedback for me, so that way I'm not skipping ahead too quickly, okay? But always feel free to pause and keep reading, okay? Great job, guys. So we're trying to describe Juliet's mental and emotional state, okay? I'm going to go back here. I changed the color of a few lines that I want you to, reread with me. Juliet's talking to the friar. Call my resolution wise, and with this knife I'll help it presently. This knife. Imagine, what would Juliet be doing on stage right now? We don't have stage directions. It doesn't tell us what the actors do. What might she have just done? Give me counsel. Give me present counsel, or behold, twixt my extremes and me this bloody knife shall play the umpire. Again, what might she be threatening here? Be not so long to speak, I long to die. This is one of the most difficult passages to read, I think, in the whole play. Friar Lawrence says, I'll give you this remedy, and she says, oh my, rather than marry Paris, bid me leap off of a tower. Bid me to lurk where there are serpents. Chain me with bears, roaring bears. Shut me in some charnel house. Cover me with bones or reeky shanks or skulls. Put me into a new-made grave. My friends, how would you describe Juliet right now? What is she threatening to do rather than marry Paris? How would you describe her? Go ahead and hit pause. Take a moment to really describe her in the best way that you can. I want us to think for a moment what Friar Lawrence does. He encounters Juliet. She's clearly very upset. What's his solution? Let's look at his solution. He says, take this vial, think about what a vial is, and drink this distilled liquor. Presently, through your veins there will be a cold and a drowsy humor. There will be no pulse. There will be no warmth, no breath. It'll appear the roses in your lips and your cheeks, those will fade. And it'll be like death. You'll be stiff and stark and cold, and it will appear like death. And you will continue in that way. Thou shalt continue 42 hours, and then you'll awake from a pleasant sleep. Think about what Friar Lawrence's plan is here. Is his solution to have Juliet tell her parents the truth? My friends, the truth will set you free. Is his solution to tell her to do something honest? Okay? Think about what his advice is. And is it good advice? Okay? So, I want to talk to you guys about your homework. Your homework is due Wednesday at 7:59 because at 8 o'clock is the next remote learning day. Okay? So, by Wednesday morning, please make sure you've read 4.2 and 4.3. I would read it at least 2 times. Okay? That way you're going to understand the scenes even better. I recommend that you read it out loud. Okay? If you really want to get better at speaking, that's what you're going to do. The only way to get better, my friends, is to do it. Okay? It takes years and years of practice to get really good and really confident at speaking in front of people. And this is a great opportunity to practice. So maybe go outside and read outside if it's warm. Maybe, do it in your room. Maybe your siblings are willing to read with you. Maybe your mom or dad or grandma or grandpa. Okay? But either way, I encourage you to read it out loud. Okay? Now I want to talk to you about this optional assignment that I've posted on Google Classroom. Okay? Now, the reason that it is optional is because there's a lot of things being thrown at you right now. There's a lot of change going on. Okay? This is our first remote learning day. A lot of you might not have your own computer, right? You might, you might not be able to be on the internet while your parents are working. And so the only time you can work on these assignments is later at night. Okay, everybody's situation is different. Some of you have access to a computer that you can use, and it's one just for you, okay? We're all, in a different situation, okay? I don't want to overwhelm you. I really don't want to overwhelm you guys, and that's why this is optional. If you feel comfortable, you're not too stressed out, you have extra time, and you want to get better at writing, I have a little writing prompt for you, okay? And it's optional, okay? I'm not judging you one way or the other, but I need you to judge yourself. Be honest with yourself. If you feel like you have extra time and you want to get better at writing, commit yourself and you will. And if not, that is totally fine, okay? The last thing I want to do is overwhelm you guys, Okay, so you got to be in constant communication with me and let me know, Mr. O, like, I'm not understanding this, or Mr. O, I feel really overwhelmed, okay? And you can tell me about any classes and I'll try to help you, okay? So, the question I want you guys to consider, if you encounter somebody who's in crisis, what should you do? I would say Juliet was in crisis in this scene, right? She's desperate. I don't think Friar Lawrence did what he should have done. I don't think he did what we should do if we encounter somebody in crisis. So what would you do? Okay, and now I'm going to show you on Google Classroom how to actually create an assignment and how to turn one in. Okay, so we're on our stream right now, and you can actually see I have the optional writing assignment posted, so you could click on it. I'm going to go back because that's not the only way that you can do this. Okay, you could just click on the assignment here, or you could go up to classwork. Okay, if you do classwork, then you can click view assignment. Either way. So here's the assignment. Okay, now sometimes there will be a document already made for you, and you can just click on it. Okay, other times maybe I have instructions like, hey class, make a slideshow, okay, that, I don't know, has a picture of Romeo. Sure, whatever. So over here, if I don't have an assignment made, like a document made for you, you'd hit add or create. And let's say I said make a slideshow, you'd make a slideshow. You'd click slides. What if I said make a doc, right? You'd actually click create a doc, and then once it loads, you'll actually just click on it, okay? But in this case, because I already made it for you, you can just click over here, okay? So I'll click on it again, and it'll pop right up. This is a shared doc between everyone in our class, okay? So this is kind of like a way that we could have a discussion, okay? So what I ask you to do is write your name after your response. So if I encountered someone in crisis, I would probably, I can make this a full sentence, I suppose, too. I'll copy and paste. If I encountered someone in crisis, I would probably call my mom and ask her what to do. All right. Now, to be honest with you guys, I would not do that. Okay. And to be honest with you, that's not a horrible idea. I mean, your parents are very wise. You guys are growing up, trying to figure out, what to do in these situations. Come up with another idea. What else could you do? Obviously, you could call your mom and your dad. But me, Mr. O, that's not what I would do. I would do something else. I wonder what you guys would do. All right, so let me know. And again, this is definitely not required. Don't feel like you need to do this. But if you want to get better at writing and you want to discuss with me and your classmates, go ahead. My friends, one last thing I want to show you. If you have any questions over an assignment, let's say, for example, you could send me a private comment. Hey, Mr. O, I didn't understand this. Okay? And only I will see that comment. Over here, you could add a class comment. If you think your question will help the whole class, put it over here where it says class comment. Mr. O, you wrote 3.5. Did you actually mean 4.5? Yes, I actually meant 4.5. You see what I mean? So if I made a mistake and you think it'll help the whole class, you can also post questions right here on the stream. Please don't spam the stream with silly messages, okay? We need this stream to be clear so that, I can help you guys learn, get better at reading, writing, and speaking. Please reach out to me if you guys need any help, okay? I can't emphasize that enough. I love you guys. I miss you. Stay strong. Wash those hands. Love you guys.